In the remote village of Sitio Madilim stood a house everyone avoided. Ancient, overgrown, and smothered by the tangled grip of a towering Balete tree. The place was haunted by chilling stories of ghosts, elementals, and lost souls who never found rest. Each midnight, the entire yard would be blanketed in a strange mist, and even the crickets would fall silent as an unnatural cold seeped through the air. Ramil, a curious young man from Manila, arrived in the village. He didn't believe in stories of monsters and ghosts. Locals warned him, "Don't go near that house, especially at night. There are things you can't see, but they can see you." But Ramil just gave a cocky laugh. Late one rainy night, clutching his cheap camera and broken umbrella, Ramil made his way to the haunted property. The closer he got, the colder it became. Not the familiar chill of the rain, but a cold that felt like ice on his bones. An eerie scent of rotting things and death flowers filled his nose. As he stepped through the rusty gate, he heard only the crunches of dried leaves and his own nervous heartbeat. Peering into a window, he glimpsed a child's pale face, eyes wild and unblinking. In a blink, it vanished. Ramil steadied his nerves and entered. The living room walls were cluttered with ancestral portraits. Their eyes followed him, adjusting their gaze no matter where he moved. Some portraits appeared to be missing pupils. Others seemed almost relieved to spot him. There was a sudden rush of noisy footsteps upstairs, children's feet stampeding, banging the ceiling. A bedroom door swung open by itself, revealing a woman with long, tangled hair in a white dress, floating slightly above the floor. "Why did you come here?" a voice hissed from behind her. The air turned heavy, suffocating. Something cold and slimy touched Ramil's neck, a sensation like thin roots or withered fingers. Terror washed over him. From inside the wardrobe, white, bony hands with claws reached out, and in the corner, a pile of headless, bloodied dolls seemed to mouth wordless screams. Each time Ramil tried to run, he found himself looping between the creaking stairs and the same decaying room. The house seemed to stretch and twist beneath him. The voices became louder. "You cannot leave. You are one of us now." The shrieks of lost children, the wails of old women, the cackles of countless tongues filled every shadow. At the center of the living room, darkness gathered, forming a monstrous silhouette. The white-dressed woman began to chant, gnawed into her own arm until black liquid spurted across the floor. Ramil's escape routes melted away as the shadow spread, dragging him deeper into the guts of the Balete-rooted house, where he glimpsed the true keepers. An eyeless aswang, a child walking on the ceiling, spirits hiding in every faded portrait. He awoke in a crawl space crawling with rats. Each blink brought new horrors. A faceless priest, a mother and child stitched together, a child carrying its own corpse. He screamed, but no one could hear. In his final moments, Ramil saw the Balete roots snaking into his skin as an old woman's eyes gleamed from the darkness. No one escapes. Everyone becomes part of the Balete. In the final instant before he lost himself, Ramil saw his own bloodied likeness painted on the wall, head dangling from his grip, just like the other ghosts he'd met. The next morning, the villagers found only his camera in the roots of the Balete tree. Every midnight since then, the haunted house echoes with the laughter and cries of new souls joining the lost. And with every disappearance, a new red-streaked portrait appears on the wall, waiting, eyes shifting, forever hungry for the living.